Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. It's certainly an honor today to be able to present to you Mr. Greg Prestemon, who is one of the leaders not only in our area but in the nation with regards to economic and small business development. Since Greg's arrival at the Economic Development Center in 1993 in St. Charles County, the county has grown from 232,000 to 350,000 today. In fact, St. Charles County continues to be one of the fastest growing counties in the state of Missouri, which is located just outside the St. Louis area. As President and Chief Executive Officer of the Economic Development Center of St. Charles County, Greg has served 16 successful years at the helm of the Economic Development Center, which highlights the way that St. Charles County has grown and prospered, particularly through his work at the Economic Development Center and Partners for Progress. Since 2000, the St. Charles Economic Development Center's 504 loan program has helped finance projects around the state totaling nearly $250 million, while creating or retaining 5,774 jobs. These accomplishments do not even include the thousands who have attended EDC business training events and Greg's and his staff's involvement in countless special projects, such as workforce housing, health care, and education initiatives, and the road tax campaign. Recently, the Center was named the 504 Lender of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration as part of National Small Business Week 2009. Congratulations, Greg. In calendar year 2008, the EDC dispersed more than $22.5 million to 37 businesses throughout Missouri, with a total project value of more than $60 million that helped create or retain 1,063 jobs. I know that Greg has been a good friend of my district as well as Mr. Akins. We greatly appreciate his being here today and look forward to his testimony, and I'll yield the balance of my time to my fellow Congressman Aiken.
Thank you, Blaine, and we just are so thankful to have Greg Prestemon here today. Greg is, I've been in Congress 9 years. I don't hardly remember a time when we're not coming out to St. Charles and chatting with Greg about what's going on in the small business community, and they have really accomplished a lot there, and it shows that what happens when you take a town, basically it was a town, and you put this kind of leadership in place, and now it's becoming the fastest growing area in the state of Missouri, and it's a lot more city-like. In fact, you can go from where Greg's office is, and it's about as far from there to the bridge into St. Charles as it is from the bridge into the downtown St. Louis area. Just tremendous amount of growth, and that's because of attention to the needs of small business and really understanding it. Greg, we're delighted to have you up here in Washington, D.C. Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for your leadership through these many years. I yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay. Gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Well, thank you very much. Well, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the EDC and our members, I want to thank Chairwoman Velasquez and Ranking Member Graves and all the members of the committee for the opportunity to speak today. The people of St. Charles County are very fortunate to have not one but two congressional representatives that appreciate and support small business in Representatives Aiken and Lukemeyer. We appreciate that because we know that we have seen great benefit from having had that. The EDC has operated the 504 program on a regional basis for nearly 20 years. And as of 3 years ago on a statewide basis, we hope, incidentally, to secure the permission to operate in southwestern Illinois shortly. But we have benefited from a close relationship with the Small Business Development Center of the University of Missouri, which I know is under the auspices of this committee. We provide office space and use of our conference rooms and basic administrative support, and they provide the expertise. And then finally, we have benefited over time from support from the U.S. Department of Commerce for our incubator facilities that we have ongoing. So we've been blessed to have, I think, an integrated system to help small businesses in our area grow. And I want to thank, on behalf of my board, this committee for the leadership in this area. Congressman Lukemeyer went over some of the activity of the EDC on our 504 program over the last few years. And so I won't belabor those or restate those stats. But each one of these business expansions translates into real benefits for real people. We like certified development companies all around the United States. That's the name of the entity. That's the kind of entity we are. We finance businesses really of all types, from auto repair shops to restaurants, to daycare centers to advanced manufacturing facilities, and then everything literally in between that. And in our case, all of the jobs that are created are in Missouri. But the 504 program is national in scope, and this community should feel very proud, I think, of the impact that groups like the EDC have by enabling success for the real heroes of our economy, which are the folks who are sitting at the table with me, the owners and the employees of these growing companies. Like the rest of the country, St. Charles County has felt the impact of the turbulence in our national economy. Our largest industries are home building, financial services, and automotive assembly, all of which are obviously facing significant challenges. So if there was ever a time when our flagship program, the 504 program, was indispensable, this is that time. And I'm here to report to you some encouraging signs of some local recovery that we think we're seeing. The last quarter of 2008, we saw a precipitous decline in 504 loan application activity, which we attributed to basically a general loss of confidence at both the borrower standpoint and the lender standpoint. However, I'm happy to report that we seem to be seeing a bubbling up of some new activity. Since April 1st, we've approved 7 loans, and our loan officers are attributing that to the temporary reduction in fees that were part of the package that was passed earlier this year. And I think the point that I want to make is that this has moved borrowers and probably lenders from being on the fence to off the fence. It's been enough to spur the new activity. And I think you should be encouraged to be seeing that. And from talking with my colleagues around the United States, are seeing the same kind of activity. One final point. We've been fortunate to have a very excellent relationship with the St. Louis District Office of the SBA. I want you to know that you have a hardworking, responsive, and dedicated group of people who are doing a great job for the people of, or doing a great job to stimulate small business growth in eastern Missouri. I suspect you don't hear as many compliments about SBA staff as you might, and I want to say that at least from our district office standpoint, it's been terrific. So again, Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Graves, members of the committee, I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today and be more than happy to answer questions.